Hi, welcome back to the workshop for episode 22 of the Great Guitar Build Off 2022 build. And in this episode I'm going to continue with the work on the back of the guitar. So we left this in the clamps yesterday. The glue's had plenty of time to dry. So just going to work my way around, get all these clamps off, and we can see how we've done. Well, I'm looking at this and looking at the joint, and it seems very nice. There is a little bit of excess material around some of these edges, but as we all know in these situations, too much is way better than not enough. We can always trim that down. We can't magic more material onto it. So we're going to get this set up and we can look at what we're going to do to get this trimmed down to size properly. Okay, so there's a number of ways I could clean this down. I could route it, and that would certainly do it. I could get it on the oscillating sander and sand it off. You know, I could go really low tech and use a card scraper or something, but instead I'm going to use one of my favourite tools, and I don't use them often enough, and I'm just going to use this spoke shave to do it. Now it's got a good sharp blade in it, and I should be able to get most of this waste off relatively easy with it. And the way it's set up is that I've got more of a cut on this end than I have on this end, so I can start roughing out on this end, and then as I get closer I can move to this end and just make some clean-up passes like that. And then once we're kind of very close, we can just get a bit of sandpaper on it and finish it off, and hopefully we should get a pretty good joint. Okay, and hopefully you can see there's hardly any visible join at all. Super pleased with the way that's come together. I think it's kind of probably one of my best glue ups in terms of putting something like this together. Yes, very happy with that. And it all kind of blends in really nicely into this heel section as well. I think it's inevitable that there's going to be a noticeable difference there once we get this in finish, but I don't think it's going to be anything that will kind of look too out of place. Okay, and that only really leaves a couple of little jobs that we need to do. I need to kind of tidy up some of the glue joints inside the body. There's a little bit of squeeze out that needs a bit of attention, and we also need to put the little bits of veneer into this little joint at the back and the front of the body. So I'm going to start with this squeeze out, and then we'll take it from there. And all I'm going to do is just give it a quick scrape with a sharp chisel. to get the thick of it off. And a quick sand, and we should be good to go. Okay, and there we have the work on getting the back of the guitar cleaned up, all finished. Obviously, this is going to need a bit of sanding to get it how we want it, but ultimately that's just a little bit of dirt, so that will soon clean up. I'm really pleased with the way that this little line detail is working out as well. I think that looks quite nice. So all in all, not a bad little session's work there. Now, I know that I have kind of said that I was going to get the top finished off and get the second half of the inside carved out in this episode. Truth be told, I'm running up against the clock a little bit at the moment. It's been a couple of pretty busy days outside of the workshop, which has put me back a little bit. However, I will be cracking on with that very, very shortly. So with a bit of luck, we can get back on target in terms of the work schedule. Now, as far as the recommendation goes for tonight, I'm going to give a shout out to a guy called George Davis, whose build I've been following for a little while now. He's actually finished his build and it's looking very, very good. So I'll leave a link to that in a pinned comment in the description as normal. As always, hit that like button if you've enjoyed this. Subscribe if you haven't already done so. It is a great help to me. And I'll see you tomorrow for the next episode. Thanks a lot for watching. Bye bye.